But I understand. It's the beginning of the game. A tutorial. Oh! Somebody tried to shoot me. Oof! He got lasered.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Wh40k lets out a sigh of relief upon seeing you.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, pull yourself together.
Conrad pointedly looks away from the arch-militant to you.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
The arch-militant looks back at you. Mort pulls his Vox from the belt and hurriedly reports on the situation.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report.
Probably. Yeah, this could happen.
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Mutiny? But who would attempt a mutiny here in the warp?
Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
This goddamn cat. She slept through entire day. And the moment my kid and my wife are going to sleep, she will run a rampage around the house. As usual. Cat thinks. Her expression changes as her eyes flash ominously.
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
Unsanctioned psyker?
I tried to locate him, but the
heretic,
last
von
thing known
Valencius?
about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
Theodora glances at you thoughtfully.
If I may, Lord Captain, Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed arch-militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Yet you have a gun and abilities to use it. Wh40k's voice is soft and cautious.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
She points at the massive doors. I cannot promise that I won't lose our dearest heir somewhere along the way.
Conrad, keep an eye on our spirited guest. You are personally responsible.
Theodora shakes her head. Shakes her head in disappointment.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
Wh40k gives you a nod. You had better not fail me. The Lord Captain made it clear that relying on you is fraught with risk.
I see you have quickly earned Lady Theodora's trust, if she is already sharing her closely guarded secrets with you. But that is no longer relevant.
He pales at your words, but you cannot tell if it is because of shame or fury. Something hits you hard with a sharp crackle, and you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. You stabbing son of a nice woman, probably. I promise you a special destiny, Oscar. It is time to fulfill it. Let's fulfill it. Ow! Don't kick my
Careful, careful. Be
diamonds.
gentle with our guest.
Whereabouts
There's an
of
important mission to
arrows
complete
not to
during our
air?
visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that,
I
I
failed
need him
something?
breathing. Ah, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Wh40k looks down at you. Wh40k, two-faced scum, you are the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight.
Oscar.
I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
Oh.
We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred warrant of trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Well, will you let me join you? We can take the warrant from Theodora together.
I may consider it, once you've done what I need you to do.
What is it? Inbreed? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's
Oh.
blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused
Coercion
to submit
succeeded.
to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy? You sordid, wretched piece of Grox shit.
Wretched. What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind.
Something, either your tone or the venomous words, throws Conrad off for a moment, as hateful fury blazes from beneath the mask of cold professional.
One
Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Von Valancius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
Wh40k hesitates for a second and then produces a strange weapon, a blade without a handle that shimmers blue in the light. The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and the quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge: go to the gate. Let's fight the voice. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you out onto your feet and making you take a step toward the gates looming in the center of the chamber. In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Let's examine it. Failed! You look over the gate cogitator. There is little chance that you will be able to discern anything about its design. Like any other sacred machine in the Imperium, this relic is the speciality of the machine cult of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voice that filled your head after Wh40k wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source collided itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Place your hand into the sentinel's mouth. The sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps steer into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The sentinel's jaw remains closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the sentinel, the cogitator? Is it the figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating descent protocol.
Destroy them all. Ooh. The music. Yep. The music to my ears. Let it be known that by my will and by the true word of this document I appoint the person to be the bearer of the warrant of the trade, bestow upon blah blah blah, to be the paragon of humanity unbroken and by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite the reclaim and blah blah blah, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily, blah blah blah. I, the Emperor.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
The servo skull's crackling gradually turns into comprehensible words. What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Cool. Yes, he's the Warren Sentinel. I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Look faster! Restore communication with the navigator's sanctum! I'm trying to contact the bridge! If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once! I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
In place of the mechanical screeching, the servo skull's vox projects the voice of Theodora von Valencius, distorted and ridden with static yet still recognizable beyond a doubt.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
I need a weapon.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
The servo skull goes silent, its relays clicking. Second after second passes. And you realize that the servo skull will not answer to you. Lead the way.
And upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
The servo skull twitches and makes a few clicks. Journal. Okay.
Embrace true power.
God damn. Imagine being one of those. That's sad. That's really sad. Where are those flamethrowers?
Run, fools, or fall!
By the way, there was no cutscene like that before.
Master,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me, what is the meaning of this?
Seneschal Abelard Verserian, has lost some of his former polish. His forehead is sweating and one of the sleeves of his coat is torn and soaked through with blood. Nonetheless, despite his heavy breathing, he stands firm and his gaze is demanding, albeit somewhat surprised. He surveys the carnage around him, his brow furrows, and he plays a hand on his weapon. Kunrad Voigtfir is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's decks, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
The Seneschal's eyes widen. He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of this plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny.
Yep.
Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Nope. Abelard clutches his forehead. He looks lost for the briefest of moments, but then quickly finds his resolve again. Wh40k openly admitted that he is the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
Abelard examines you critically. He hands you a weapon. Cool! Got it. Arm yourself. Press I. Equip. Equip. And you can use Medicaid.
I am at your service.
So use it.
This wound will make a fight. That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Abelard nods in satisfaction.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
What exactly has gone wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I have spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak.
Maybe.
If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean
No,
to
I
say you did
didn't.
no such thing?
Abelard tilts his head and looks at you with worry. I think the Warren Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort.
He looks at the server school floating next to you.
The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
He frowns. What can we expect to find in Navigator's Sanctum?
During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
Abelard does not bat an eye as he lists all the horrors that you are about to face. I heard one of Theodora's Voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's.
Which one?
Lady Theodora.
The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
The Navigator's Sanctum it is. Very well. You will lead the way.
Absolutely. Let us
Let's proceed.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all
I am the heresy.
destroy those who have dared!
A wave of static suddenly erupts from the server's call, and you can make out Theodora's words through the noise.
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the Rogue
Splendid.
Trader inspires proper resolve to
Indeed.
fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
The Seneschal's eyes light up, and he smiles with grim determination. Hello. Tactical phase. Combat begins with the tactical phase, during which characters cannot attack or take other actions, but may try to take up advantageous positions. Oh, yeah. I remember those.
Death to non-believers!
And I don't need it.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Yeah. Just come to me.
Follow
Papa.
my lead. Victory is imminent.
Come to me.
I will do my best to carry
Parat.
this one. Indeed. One fewer target.
Thank you, Abelard.
Chaos guides me!
My ears are ringing.
My ears are ringing. Friendly fire. Be careful. Be careful. Companions can get hurt. Okay.
And duty go hand in hand. Just a minor setback.
Damn it.
I need guidance.
Miss?
I will.
One.
To dust. At your beck and call.
Miss. Haha.
I'm not interested.
Death to the weak!
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Thank you.
Ruin beckons. Purpose, death shall
Pew pew.
reign.
I like this last gun. And the level up.
Fate beckons me.
Awareness of demolition. Ooh, the skill is affected by the agility characteristics. It is used to deactivate traps. It also allows the use of explosive to blast containers open or break through closed doors and blocked passages. Yeah, let's take demolition. Affected by perception characteristics, it encompasses the subconscious ability to react to things that the conscious mind may not perceive. Awareness allows a character to notice traps, cleverly hidden objects, secret passage, and unusual or suspicious elements in the environment. Awareness is better. That's all? Okay. And you will take Carouse. Affected by toughness character, it represents the ability to resist negative effects. Traverse difficult terrain, for example to leap over collapsed sections of the deck or climb over slippery rocks. Carouse. Oh, and I can loot them. The last pistol is better than the last gun? Oh, but it also... it has only pistol burst. To cargo though. To the cargo. And for today, this is enough for me. I need to go to sleep. Yeah. So, thank you for coming, for watching. I enjoyed it very, very, very much. I love to play those games. And yeah, see you tomorrow probably. The info will show in the Discord, in which you can enter by clicking the link beneath the video. You can also join the YouTube, in which I will try to place some videos of it in the near future, but I need to collect more of it. Yeah, so thank you for watching again, and see you next time. Goodbye.